Colossians 3:13 says, "Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you." We're in week 5 of the Sermon on the Mount, and this week is all about forgiveness. It can sometimes make us angry when we're told to forgive someone, can't it? I remember sometimes getting into fights with my brother and sister when I was younger, and mom and dad will tell us we need to apologize and forgive each other, but I don't want to forgive. I want to get even. Some people can hold grudges their entire lives, trapping bitterness inside them, hoping that the bitterness will somehow one day hurt the person we're angry with. But that bitterness becomes a prison for you, and you're the one who ends up staying a slave and being hurt. Forgiveness is a huge theme in Spider-Man 3. In this movie, Spider-Man finally comes face to face with the man who murdered his Uncle Ben, and he's filled with anger, with hatred. He wants to kill this man, whatever it takes. But now this guy has superpowers too. He's made out of sand and is pretty difficult to fight. This only makes Spider-Man angrier until the point where he's taken over by the alien suit Venom, which gives him incredible strength, but amplifies his anger and his hatred even more, to the point where he almost kills his longtime friend Harry. At the same time, Harry is holding on to his hatred of Spider-Man, blaming Spider-Man for the death of his father. So Harry spends most of the movie trying to kill Peter, or at the very least, destroy his life.
You knew this was coming, Pete.
And then we have Eddie Brock, who decides to make a name for himself by falsifying some pictures of Spider-Man to make it look like Spider-Man was committing crimes. Peter exposes his lies, gets him fired, and now Eddie is filled with hatred and wants revenge on Peter. Eventually, he gets taken over by the Venom suit and sets out to kill Peter Parker. Life can be really complicated like this, can't it? One wrong turn affects the course of one life, which hurts another after that. Before long, you have this tangled web of hatred that has taken control of everyone. Nobody can find peace. All they can think about is getting vengeance. How do we get free of that? The Apostle Paul gives us a very simple tool in this verse. We can forgive because God forgave us. We can forgive because we have promises from God that give us more than anything this life can offer. It doesn't matter how many people hurt us, because we know the creator of the universe, and he hasn't forgotten us. And forgiveness can be contagious. As we get to the end of the movie, Harry finally realizes his father's death wasn't really Spider-Man's fault, and sets out to save the life of his friend.
Looks like just in the nick of time.
A couple minutes ago wouldn't have been so bad either.
What are you gonna do?
Peter realizes that Sandman killed his uncle by accident. He never actually wanted to shoot him, and after a great deal of pain, finally manages to forgive him. The only one who refuses to forgive is Eddie, and he ends up being destroyed by his own obsession with revenge. Listen to me here, because if you can understand this at a young age, you will avoid a lot of hardships in the future. Bitterness and revenge do nothing but trap you in the pain of your past and limit the path that you can take in the future. Forgiveness is what sets you free, so that the path you walk in the future is no longer defined by those who hurt you in the past. It doesn't mean the person who hurt you won't be punished. It doesn't mean you'll let them do it again. But it means your soul is set free to focus on things other than trying to bring pain to the one who hurt you. We can trust God will bring all things into judgment in the right time. As I watch that final scene where Spider-Man forgives Sandman, I like to think that part of his struggle is forgiving himself as well. He always blamed himself for Uncle Ben's death, and with Sandman appearing, all that hatred and pain had a new target. I think that's true for us too. Sometimes the anger and hatred we have for someone is really anger we have with ourselves. That's why God's forgiveness is so important, so powerful. When we're forgiven, the anger we have against ourselves is lifted, and we're able to move forward in peace. That's really what the Christian walk is all about, the forgiveness Jesus offers us by dying on the cross. So don't hold a grudge, either against yourself or someone else. Just believe Jesus when he says, "You're forgiven."
I forgive you.